All right. Good afternoon. In accordance to Government Code Section 551, we're going to go ahead and call this meeting to order. My name is Mr. Joshua Hairston. I am the School Health Advisory Council Chair, and this is our second public meeting concerning the health-related materials that we're going to be recommending to the board at the next January school board meeting. So first, I want to just go over the agenda. We're going to just briefly discuss the meeting minutes from our last meeting. After we go over that, we're going to vote as a council on which format of the of the Goodhart-Willcox format that we want to go with, either the textbook only or the textbook digital bundle that they offer. And then after that, we'll have questions and then we'll adjourn the meeting. Let's get started here. All right, so we're gonna just briefly go over our meeting minutes. Let me share this real quick. Okay, so last meeting, we briefly talked about the Proclamation 2022. Just wanted to give an insight on what that really was. For those that wasn't in attendance last meeting, the Proclamation 2022, back in April 2020, the meeting was called for health and physical education and structural materials. And in 2022-2023, the school year, the materials are scheduled to be in the classrooms. And that's why that's the reason why we're having these meetings right now. We discussed about the adopted health instructional material Goodhart-Willcox, which was the recommended publisher. They're also the only approved publisher for Proclamation 2022, and they do meet 100% of the TEKS for both students and parents. We discussed the TEC 28004. District Board of Trustees is required to select, with the advice of the local School Health Advisory Council, SHAC, any course materials related to human sexuality, the prevention of child abuse, family violence, dating violence, and sex trafficking. We also talked about the adoption process. Again, the board already adopted the policy and the resolution, and we're here now at our second meeting. We already had our first public meeting. Now we're at our second meeting. We will then request these recommendations to the board, and on January, the actual date is January 26th. And then parents will be notified prior to the instructions for them to either opt in or opt out. Okay. Again, the curriculum has already been adopted by the State Board of Education. They also named Goodhart-Willcox again as the only approved publisher for Proclamation 2022. It's aligned with the TEA standards 100%. It also offers an opt-in and opt-out option for parents. If parents choose to opt in, their child will receive a companion text to do their assignments. Without degrading the rest of the health content materials, students can still receive 100% of the TEKS instruction, even if their parents choose to opt out and not allow their child to receive the opt-in components. The program comes in a multiple format, print, digital, or again, bundle, print and digital. They can also work with the district to integrate content for single sign-on SSO programs, such as Clever or ClassLink, as well as learning management systems programs such as Canvas, Schoology, and Blackboard. We went over the price. I spoke with a Goodhart-Willcox representative, and I had pretty much the print text around $100 per student, correct? But the bundle, the second part right here, the digital classroom and printed textbook, $125 per student. He said that's around $120. I wasn't sure where I was getting this $225 from, but I think I was adding something wrong right there. But they did tell me that the printed text and the digital classroom materials is $120. So moving forward, Dr. Jackson, you did ask which department will be responsible for the cost of the Good Heart Wilcox material. I'm not sure still. I spoke with Coach Humphrey. She told me that health is now with the science department. But I was thinking like the school board will, finalize where the funds will come from. And also Ms. Hernandez, she suggested that we do the class set pricing, which I think will be better. And so what I did
Yeah,
was,
once we get, I'm
go
sorry,
ahead.
once we
No,
get
you good.
once we get the class set pricing and how much we need and how much it'll how many we need and how much it will cost, then that'll be instructional service will determine which part of money that will actually come out of. So
Okay.
yeah, that's something we'll be able to take care of.
All right. So what I did do, I was able to get that information as far as how many health classes we have, and also how many students are in each class. I have it right here. Hold on just a second. Yes, Ms. Hernandez helped me out with that as well as Miss Mary. They sent me, let me see. Can you guys see that? Let me see if it's hold on.
Yes.
I can't see you at the drive. I'm actually on my way
Oh
from the
yeah,
doctor,
okay.
man. I fell at the middle school today, man.
Oh, okay. All right, no problem. So hold on just a second. Mine. Hold on, guys. Okay. So GWC, they have one health teacher with 6 classes, and they average around 30 students. So I was thinking we can just get a class of 30, for GWC. LMS, they have one health teacher with 6 classes as well. Hold on just a second. Which averages about 29 students. So again, I was saying, thinking we should get like 30 for them as well. And then BAMO, they don't have a health course or a health teacher up there. So how will we do that, Dr. Jackson? Do we mess with that at all, or?
Once again, that'll be an instructional service
Okay.
decision to see if we just put how many is at the high school.
At the high school, we have an average, actually the most in each class is 13. So I was thinking like 20 for that. So really 80 copies in all at either
Okay.
one,
Okay.
yeah, at either 100 or at 120. So
Okay.
yeah,
Gotcha.
so okay. Now that's something that we will have to vote on. Do you want me to hold off on that vote, or
And what would we be voting on?
rather we gonna do either just the print text only? If we do print text only, that's only gonna be $100. Well, that'll be right at $8,000. And if we do the bundle, it's gonna be $10,000.
So the bundle is that what's the bundle? Is virtual or
Yeah,
combination?
it's both printed text and as well as LMS. So we can either do a digital learning management system with it, and that's just $2,000 more. Did you hear that, Dr. Jackson?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I actually think we actually may need both the printed and the
digital.
yeah, the digital. And I guess my question would be with that digital access, for example, if we have that digital access and we need books and we need access at BAMO, could we just use the digital access at BAMO as well? Which I'm thinking shouldn't be a problem.
Yeah, it shouldn't be a problem. They say they can set it up where I guess each grade level will have access to it, and it's very easy to sign up. That's what he, you know,
Correct. I
communicated
think.
with me. Mhm.
Well, how much will the whole total digital package be within itself? Did they give you that?
He didn't give me the whole total digital package within itself, but again, if we just add both of them, that'll be like 10,000 for both. So, but that
Okay,
is
but it
something as
appears.
a. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, I'm saying it appears as if you don't have an option with just the digital. Correct.
Um, let me check with that because he did send. Let's see.
Because everything, the old day, all the students got a Chromebook.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, all the students have Chromebooks, and they just go in, and that's where all the information is. It's right there in their Chromebooks.
Okay.
So if he was asking us $100 a book, a physical book,
Mm-hmm.
and $2,000 access for the book and the digital copy, I can only assume that all digital access for the district and all of our needs may be somewhere around 5,000 or
Okay.
6,000. I was just curious. I didn't know at all, and that's something wouldn't you agree, team?
Yeah, I mean, that sounds about right. And I can contact him tomorrow, first thing in the morning, and see if they just offer the digital and then see the pricing on that.
Does anybody else have a say so and would like to make a comment on all digital may be best?
The
I
only,
think
the
I'll
only,
do.
oh,
Go
go
ahead.
ahead. The only thing that I would see, I mean, I don't know how often the kids access their health at home, and that would may become a dilemma if you don't have kids that don't have access to internet at home. I mean, you may run into that problem, but other than that, I mean, both would be fine. But that would be the only issue that I would see with just all going all digital, because some kids may not have internet access at home if they needed to access that health class. It was like for homework or project or whatever the case would be. So that would be my only input on that.
That's a great point. However, I think as it relates to health, just as many other subjects and content, most of our homework is actually we have time allotted at school for them to actually do their homework. So probably a subject like health, we'll probably only be using this curriculum at school. But that's a great point.
And actually, that is one of the points that we brought up in our other committee meetings before, and so that's why homework is less percentage now for the kids. So
Correct.
um,
10%. We took that. Correct. Correct.
right, so digital I think would probably be the best option, especially like you mentioned before, the kids have their Chromebooks. They don't have to worry about keeping up with a textbook. So I think digital will be the best option.
And they can access that from their cell phone as well if need be.
Right.
Great, great. Okay, so we're gonna do digital, guys. Everybody good with digital? If you oppose, please let that be known. All right, so we're gonna vote for the digital. Again, I will contact Goodhart Wilcox tomorrow to get the exact information on the pricing of that.
Okay. Sounds
All
great.
right, is there any more questions? All right, moving on. All right, do we have any more questions, guys? All right, so on January the 26th, that's when we'll be presenting to the board. I know a few of us will be meeting before we meet with the board to just kind of prep for it. And I also wanted to ask you, Ms. Simpson, I see you're in here. When it's time to come to the opt-in and opt-out option for the parents, how would that work?
Opted in to receive the messages.
well, opt in to receive either for their students to receive the health material or not, they get to choose. So I know the board probably gonna ask how will that, be presented.
Well, that'll be something, that'll be something, Ms. Simpson, that we will take care of at the school level, and there's usually some type of consent form.
Oh.
There's some very heavy topics that to be covered that some parents may not want their child to be privy to. And what is usually done there like that is a consent form that we send home to the parents.
Okay.
So you'll have to work with the principal and actually put like a timeline together so they'll know what to be communicating out.
All right, gotcha. Great. Good. Thank you, Ms. Simpson. All right, and again, that's all I have, guys. This was required. It's just our second public meeting. Again, these meetings are pretty much brief and straight to the point. We will be meeting again, probably before the January 26th recommendation meeting to the board. So if there's not any more questions, this meeting is adjourned at 4:17. And you guys have a great evening.
All righty, have a good one.
All right.
Happy holidays, everybody.
Happy holidays,
All right,
everybody.
happy holidays. All right.
Happy holidays.